Life is good, God is great, man. We outside on the boat, man. 4th of July weekend, we kicking it. Got the family out here. Good times, good times. Listen, what I want to say is I just got about maybe 45 minutes left for the recent episode of the Joe Budden Podcast. They dedicated this show primarily, it seemed like, to the Diddy verdict. And I don't know. I'm a little bit conflicted as to what I was hearing from the cast. It seems like while they want to acknowledge that Puffy is dead wrong when it comes to the domestic violence situation when it pertains to the case, but I felt like for some reason they had a slightly different tone. I do recall, and I'm very surprised that Joe had the nerve to say, like, y'all know Puffy listened to podcasts, right? Like, you know, they was talking about what type of time Puffy was gonna come home on, whether he was just gonna be, you know what I'm saying, G-checking everybody who was talking bad about him. Like, Joe, do you recall, like, it is on record that you called Puffy a piece of shit. Like, you said, like, he is a piece of shit. So you can't, like, you can't, like, take yourself out the mix of people who was talking shit about Puffy. You said that you wouldn't want to have anything else to do with him yourself. So we do remember that. We could pull up the files, and it almost sounds like you or maybe others out there might be trying to save a place where they could get back into his good graces potentially. Now, Joe is about the COE, like he is all about the content, so it is a good chance that he's just potting right now, where, you know, he done made so many waves and so many moves, he doesn't really need to involve himself with anything Puffy might have going on in the future. But I do recall you calling him a piece of shit, and I just want you to stand on that. So if he hit your line when he get out, you got to stand on that. We got the files. Everything else seemed to be pretty copacetic as far as the show goes. Marc is on another level. He is so confident right now, and he speaks so highly of himself. Like, Marc Lamont Hill is his biggest fan. Besides Joe. Joe is definitely a big cheerleader for Marc. I guess he's the one Potter of the month for 4 or 5 times in a row. Congrats to you. You're doing a good job. I'm enjoying it. The shots he keeps shooting. He ain't scared. Ooh, damn. Ooh. He's not scared. He's gonna continue to shoot. I love it. I feel like everybody is more in line with how Marc is operating up here. Like, it's more known. Flip seems to be like he might be having an issue with it at this point. He might have an issue. It might not just be COE with Flip. I gotta watch that. But it pertains to Marc and Mel. Ooh, shit. Woo! Hey! When it pertains to Marc and Mel, though, I feel like they cool. I don't feel like it's really no real beef there. I feel like they both understand their roles up at the up at the JBP. So I feel like at this point, Mel done heard the narrative so much that she's going to start taking her shots at Marc. And I would love to see that, because I feel like Marc is trying to bait her into those type of intellectual debates. But again, she gets so emotional. She's not really understanding that he's kind of setting her up. Like, he wants to engage in, you know, them intellectual fisticuffs with her. Like, he does respect her mind. And I feel like if she would engage intellectually with him a little bit more, some of that sparring, I feel like, again, better content. But she got to leave the emotions out of it, to be honest with you. The Ian Marc Show, that shit is getting better and better. I don't know how y'all doing it. That is a great product. Like, I remember talking about the Ian Marc Show about, you know, potentially how they could get product placement deals and this, that, and the third, because it's such a great show. Now they outside. They in the barbershop. They promote the barbershop. They in different restaurants. The narratives they play into every level of content they create up there. The leak, they played into that beautifully. You know what I'm saying? Since the leak, Marc is pretty much, you know, you got to pay for everything. They go out for a meeting, They stop here, they stop there. Ian ended up coming out $1,000 because everybody saw the leak. So when he go to pay for his coffee, $100. Haircut, $400. Meal, gyro, whatever you want to call it, $100. That was hilarious. That was funny. And shout out to the barber too, man. I seen you represent Cleveland. We out here in the land right now. Beautiful day in the land. Shout out to the barber, man. But I don't want to make it too long. Appreciate everybody for watching, man. Like the video, subscribe to the channel if you ain't done so already, man. Get outside, man. Enjoy life. That's what it's all about. This is J Marc Show.